There's a moment where thinking stops working. Not panic, not confusion, just compression. Decisions feel heavier than they should. Options narrow. The mind begins choosing smaller outcomes. Nothing is technically wrong, yet clarity is gone. And most people mistake it for clarity. They feel decisive, focused, certain. But certainty under pressure is not clarity. It's reduction. Most people blame emotion, stress, anxiety, overwhelm. Those are downward effects. Pressure does something more precise. It narrows perception, which is why people under pressure feel decisive right before they start misjudging everything. Under pressure, the mind doesn't think worse. It thinks less. Fewer angles, shorter timelines, safer conclusions. This isn't weakness. It's mechanical. The same failure appears anywhere responsibility rises faster than control. And it always has. Long before modern work, deadlines, or information overload, this collapse was noticed in places where error couldn't be excused. Not in comfort, under command. Roman leadership didn't fail emotionally first. It failed cognitively, quietly, while everything still looked functional. When pressure stayed constant, judgment began shrinking. One man recorded this more clearly than most. Marcus Aurelius wasn't writing from peace. He ruled during plague, war, betrayal, and constant decision load. There was no downtime, no retreat, no separation between responsibility and consequence. What he observed wasn't fear. It was distortion. Under sustained pressure, even disciplined minds lost range. Judgment collapsed inward, not because leaders panicked, but because pressure compressed perception, until only immediate concerns remained. This is why pressure doesn't sharpen thinking. It simplifies it. The mind begins choosing smaller worlds. That simplification feels productive. Decisions come faster. Doubts disappear. Certainty increases. But certainty under pressure is not clarity. It's reduction. Ancient commanders understood this intuitively. When the field narrowed, strategy disappeared. When strategy disappeared, authority followed. The mechanism didn't disappear. Replace war councils with meetings. Replace plague with constant urgency. Replace invasion with uninterrupted demand. The structure is different. The compression is identical. Pressure doesn't just exhaust the modern mind. It reshapes what the mind is capable of seeing. Under constant pressure, long-term thinking collapses. Nuance disappears. Risk assessment flattens. Decisions turn defensive. This is why highly capable people start making surprisingly small choices. They aren't less intelligent. They're operating inside a compressed mental field. The danger isn't stress. The danger is leading while perception is already narrowed. That's when speed gets confused for clarity, action for authority, movement for control. Ancient leaders recognized this moment as the beginning of failure. Not because something dramatic happened, but because nothing looked complex anymore. The field felt simple, and that simplicity was false. Pressure doesn't announce when it crosses the line. It feels like focus. And by the time perception narrows enough to notice, authority is already operating blind. That's how pressure wins. Not loudly, but early.